This is my retire early on $970 per month in Bangkok, Thailand report. In this report, I'll share line item living cost examples for low to middle range living expenses. I travel all over the world reporting on the best retired cheap and paradise locations. I have officially lost count of how many times I've been to Bangkok over the last 19 years. Normally, I just come for a week or so to get my medical and dental checkups done because of the amazing medical tourism quality and pricing here. Then I head off to one of my other favorite 10 or so cities in Thailand. I have reports on those also, but this time we spent about 3 weeks in Bangkok before leaving because we missed it so much. Subscribe if you would like to learn all about affordable living or retiring internationally overseas. I've lived in or visited 67 countries so far in my life. Where you live when you're born is up to your parents, but where you live when you're retired or self-employed, that's up to you. Today, I explore the vibrant, sexy, exotic, spicy food capital of the world, Bangkok. In addition to living costs, I will also cover walkability, weather, food, internet, visa, things to do, expat community, real estate, and medical care. Bangkok is located in the northernmost part of the Gulf of Thailand. Bangkok has 2 international airports, so it is accessible by direct flights from many parts of the world. First, I'll share a range of living costs for Bangkok, and then I'll share my retirement desirability factors. Okay, estimated cost of living in Bangkok, Thailand. Here's my estimated cost of living converted into US dollars if the two of us move to Bangkok, Thailand year-round on a tight budget. We also include more typical expenses we've heard from other expats in case you want more typical expenses. Okay, rents. I found the above furnished 1-bedroom condo for rent for 10K baht per month, which is 273 US per month dollars in the Sathon area of Bangkok. That is the 12-month rental rate, but I'll use 300 per month in case you want something just a little bigger. Here is the process we use to find great apartments. So we will show you a table of all expenses in a moment. We will use 300 per month for our lower rent estimate and about 600 per month for the higher cost of living estimate for expats who want more space. Okay, utilities. We estimate that the year-round average for our utilities would be about 120 US per month. The utilities would be more for expats that rent the larger townhouse, or about $180 per month. Okay, groceries. We would shop mostly in the public market where vegetables, fruits, and rice are cheaper. We estimate about $280 per month for groceries. Other expats are likely to buy more expensive imported foods and more meats, and there are more international foods in the grocery stores here to tempt you, so expats with higher pensions would likely spend around $380 per month in grocery stores. Okay, restaurants. We would go out to eat 3 or 4 times per week in Bangkok, much of the time in the local restaurants averaging about $3 per meal per person, and an additional meal per week in the expat or tourist restaurants for about $10 per meal per person. If you add that up, we would spend about $45 per week or $180 per month in the restaurants for the two of us. Other expats are likely to eat more Western-style foods in expensive expat-style restaurants and less in local-style restaurants, so they would likely spend around $300 per month for 2 people in restaurants. Okay, cell phone data. The cost to recharge our prepaid smartphone service was about $12 per month. My Android phone will act as a hotspot so we can both be on the internet at the same time when we are out of the house together. We use the AIS service. Other expat couples are likely to buy 2 prepaid SIM cards, so they would spend about $24 per month. Okay, laundry. We would look for an apartment that includes a clothes washing machine, and people hang dry their clothes in Southeast Asia. Since the laundry detergent is included in our grocery bill, there's no additional expense for laundry. Okay, drinking water. We use a water filter we carry with us, and the replacement filters cost about $3 per month. We're using a common Brita filter you'll find all over the world and online at Shopee.com in Southeast Asia. Okay, internet. 50 megabits per second up and down is about $15 per month for in-home Wi-Fi. It is advertised at 100 megabits per second, but the realized speed is more about 50 megabits per second up and down. Okay, transportation. We walked almost everywhere or took the subway system in Bangkok. We also used the Grab Taxi application a few times and local taxis. We estimate about $60 per month for Grab local taxis and public transportation for the 2 of us. Stay away from scooters unless you're highly experienced riding scooters in Southeast Asia. Other expats might walk less and spend more on transportation, so about $100 per month. Alcohol. Local beer in local bars and restaurants is about $1.50 US and about $1.20 in grocery stores. So we would spend about $150 per month on alcohol for the 2 of us. Many other expats would spend a higher amount for imported foreign or craft beers in expat bars or go-go bars, so about $300 per month for 2 people, assuming they're not into imported whiskey or wine. Okay, entertainment, which is also optional. We would budget about $200 per month for entertainment for the 2 of us. We generally enjoy doing more do-it-yourself kinds of entertainment, so expats would spend a little more, maybe $300 per month for the 2 of them. Okay, retire early, $970 per month in Bangkok, Thailand. Okay, I'll sum this up. First, the lower costs. Rent $300, utilities $120, groceries $280, restaurants $180, cell data $12, laundry $0, drinking water $3, internet $15, transportation $60. All of those basic costs would be $970 per month for the lower costs. Add $150 for alcohol, and you're at $1,120 per month. If you add $200 for entertainment, that would put you at $1,320 per month. If you summarize the higher estimated expenses, those basic expenses would be about $1,602. Alcohol at $300 would make it $1,902. And if you had $300 in entertainment, you would be at $2,202. The above lower estimated cost of living would be if the 2 of us lived in Bangkok on a tight budget. The higher above estimate is just an example of what other expats might spend if they moved here and were easy come and easy go with their money. To understand what it would cost you to live here, you must put your feet on the ground, see how you would choose to live, eat, and add it all up. It doesn't matter what anyone else spends because we are all different. So you have to do an exploratory visit. Okay, Bangkok, Thailand, livability factors. Before you move anywhere outside your home country, make sure to create a list of things that you must have to create a happy retirement. Here are my livability factors, and I will rank them as high, medium, or low for Bangkok as I go through them. Walkability, high. Bangkok has a high walkability score. It is a huge town spread out in all directions, and the traffic can be horrendous. Luckily, you just need to walk to the nearest subway or water taxi to ride a beautiful, cheap, efficient public transportation. Everything interesting in Bangkok is no more than 4 or 5 blocks from the nearest public transportation entry point. Bangkok is not safe as a scooter town, so stay on your feet. If you buy something heavy or have a bunch of bags from the grocery store, you can take a taxi home. They are metered. Normally I suggest Grab, but we've found the taxis to be about 30% cheaper in Bangkok than Grab. There are two problems with taxis here that you can overcome. First, they make sure they turn on the meter. Second, have a landmark near where you want to go. Tell them the landmark name instead of trying to give them an address. Then once you get near the landmark, point them where you really want to go. Some don't have smartphones and don't know how Google Maps works. They are not Grab drivers, so you have to adapt. Okay, internet. I would say hi. The internet is great in Bangkok. If you have any trouble, it's because you're sharing the router with too many people or you're not close enough to the router. In that case, get a private router inside your room. Okay, food. I would say hi. Bangkok is like the rest of Thailand. It has two or more worlds. There is one world where people are eating in air-conditioned restaurants for $4 to $15 per entree. There's another world where people are eating outside on picnic-like tables for $1.60 to $3 per entree. We do both and are never surprised to find the $2 meal to taste better than the $8 meal. How could that be? Because the $2 meal is being made by the business owner or their parents. The $8 meals are often prepared by an employee who may not care as much about the family business. The secret is the same all over the world. Find a food cart and go to the stall with a line of local people. The locals know the best value and taste. There are also two worlds regarding groceries. If you want to shop in an AC air-conditioned on a shiny floor, you go to the big shiny grocery store and pay double for many things. If you want the same quality for much cheaper, you find the little wet market in your neighborhood and you shop under fans instead of AC. Yesterday, we found local fruits and vegetables for half price in the neighborhood wet market. Stay away from prepared foods that come in boxes and cans and eat fresh and local. There's always exceptions, but that's the main idea. Okay, weather, I would say just medium. If heat bothers you, living or retiring in Bangkok may be a challenge for you. Bangkok can exceed 32 C or 90 Fahrenheit for 280 days of the year. The warmer months are March, April, and May, when the average high for the day exceeds 34 Celsius or 94 Fahrenheit. Luckily, it does cool down at night to 25 Celsius or 77 Fahrenheit or below for 7 months of the year. There's a good part of the year where you'll be moving from air-conditioned sanctuary to air-conditioned sanctuary. You'll see at least some rain for 15 days, May through October. November through April, you will see some rain on only 6 days per month. Okay, things to do. I would say hi. Almost every nationality of food is in Bangkok. The famous brands worldwide are in Bangkok malls. Many wealthy people from around the world come here for having fun, for shopping, and for medical and dental. You can spend money here like a drunken sailor without much effort at all. There are dance clubs galore that come in fashion on a moment's notice, so you'll need to Google that when you are ready to go. You can even visit a lady boy cabaret style show if the mood strikes. Bangkok is the paid sex capital of the world, but stay away from that. I'm not judging anyone, but life can feel empty if you start to see the world through that lens. There are beautiful people all over Bangkok living less risky lives that are looking for authentic relationships. You won't have any trouble finding physical activities like bicycling, yoga, gyms, or other sports. Whatever your thing is, just Google it with the word Bangkok, and you might be surprised. Expats have been living here for decades, so you have both Thai and foreign culture. Okay, expat community, hi. If you like hanging out with expats, you'll find them on various Facebook pages, link provided, or on Internations. These are great places to go if you have a quirky request where can I buy Irish cheese or American pickles? Or if you want to find someone that laughs at your odd foreign sense of humor. Even if you are less expat-oriented like me, these Facebook resources are still great resources to find odds and ends in Bangkok that you miss from home. They're also a great place to buy and sell things, find a place to live, and find out things that only long-term expats would likely know about. Many Thai people speak conversational level English, so you'll be able to connect deeply with at least some locals, even if you've never learned Thai. Your door into Thailand will open even wider if you learn at least some Thai language. Okay, real estate. Hi. You can get a condo here starting for around $80K USD on up, but I never recommend buying until you've lived somewhere for at least 2 to 3 years. Just rent a 1-bedroom apartment or condo for the first few years. Investigate neighborhoods for a year before deciding where to buy. If you still love the place in a few years, then consider buying. Land ownership is very limited for foreigners. Here is my report about why expats, retirees should think twice and carefully before buying real estate overseas. Okay, medical. I would say hi. I get my medical checkups at one of the highest ranked hospitals in the world. A good friend was even admitted to this hospital for a few days and had a great experience. Costs are about 75% cheaper than US prices, but I may shop around a little next time. They were 80% off US prices just 5 years ago. Here's where I get my dental done. I have had root canal and 2 crowns done and love their services. They are about 70% off US prices. They were successful at a tooth surgery after 2 US dentists failed at it. Okay, visa. I would say hi. There are multiple visas available in Thailand, but I do not recommend getting a retirement visa anywhere in the world until you've completed your exploratory visits. I teach how to do exploratory visits in my Retire Overseas course available at vagabondbuddha.com. There are 2 kinds of cheap, easy retirement visas I would consider once you are age 50 or older that you can renew each year. First, you can put about 800K baht, or around 23,000, in a Thai bank and fill out some paperwork and provide some documents. But if you don't want to tie up your cash, you can just prove that you have a pension. That's the second way. You can provide proof of a pension of about 65,000 baht, which is around 2,000 a month, and fill out some paperwork and provide some documents. If you are not 50 years old yet, just Google the words Thai Elite Visa to find out other choices. You can also get student visas and other sorts of visas if you're interested. Okay, Bangkok, desirability score. High. This would be a great place for people that are most comfortable in a high energy, large city with an overwhelming number of things to do and see. This is the New York City of Thailand. Okay, what would it cost you to live in Bangkok? To get a better understanding of things you should add to our estimated cost of living, watch this video, 9 reasons you can't retire on 1,000 a month overseas. Most people will likely be unable to retire on the lower range estimate above. I give example reasons why in this report. Plus, this other report explains how to avoid coming home early with your tail between your legs. Also, if you're going to try to retire cheap offshore, make sure to read my report, The 2 Biggest Risks of Retiring Early for Cheap Offshore, which explains why you should have emergency funds available for unexpectedly large expenses. You should also add anything to the above table that you spend money on in your home country that's not listed in the table. Presumably, you find those things necessary in life. To do that, visit Numbeo Bangkok and add anything not mentioned in the table. Never move anywhere until you have visited first personally to verify the living costs for your lifestyle and needs. I'm not guaranteeing these prices. These are just my notes and estimates from the time of my visit and this post. your costs will likely be drastically different depending on your lifestyle and the time since this post. Many of the expats we meet living overseas are self-insured for medical care. That means that not everyone buys medical insurance when they move overseas. That probably sounds crazy to many of you. I didn't carry medical insurance for most of my first 17 years living overseas, but last year I bought medical insurance. If you're wondering what it costs and what it covers, watch my medical insurance video at this link. This is not an affiliate link. More typical expat living costs in Thailand range from about $1,500 to $3,000 per month. But people spending that much often have higher savings, incomes, or pensions. They often report spending more on entertainment, eating out more, and traveling and alcohol. Many also have more expensive cars, houses, and apartments. If you'd like to see our video reports on 20 other cities in Thailand, click the playlist in the upper right-hand corner of your screen right now. Click the link in the notes below this video to get the resources discussed in this video along with my free ebook, How I Fired My Boss and Traveled the World for 17 Years, and How I Pay for a Life of Full-Time Travel.